what's this I have here? Well, it's what it looks like. Junk. No, I guess it isn't really junk. My latest couple of trips to the thrift store and during my school's surplus cleaning out time of the year have garnered quite a bit of stuff. I'm going to be headed off to college really soon, and I'm really not sure how I'm going to deal with getting rid of things. Although I have been slowly selling off my collection that I have currently. Nothing actually collectible, just useless junk, old routers and shit. Stuff that I don't need. Stuff that I like to have in case something fails, but I don't need. Anyway, I picked up some things that I think of as more of collectibles, even though the tape player is borderline because, well, who the hell needs a tape player? Actually, you know, I was considering offering this to UXW Bill. I know he likes tape players and recorders and the like. Either way, as you can see, I've got some interesting items, and I'll go into each on its own, and there's actually one item hiding under all of this stuff. The microphone alludes to what it is a little bit, but not entirely. Anyways, I'm also using a different camera right now. It is currently midwinter break at my school, so I asked the video department if I could borrow one of their cameras, which is higher quality than mine. So right now I'm using a Canon Vixia, what is this, a Vixia HFR20, and it's a very nice camera. Anyway, so what we have here is, I'm just going to name them all off really quickly, and we'll go into each one in depth in a minute. First, we have a Marantz, good audio quality, good equipment, at least quality, tape recorder. It's got an XLR input. It's kind of interesting. Just tape recorder player. I don't really know much about it, but I'm going to pretend like I do when I start talking in depth about it. Okay, also have a, this came from the school. There's a Shure, oops, there we go. There's a Shure Sm58 all-purpose microphone. It was broken, and that's why it got thrown out. It actually just had broken wires from the cartridge down to the base, because this base has a built-in transformer in it that actually filters out, it cleans up the audio signal, and it filters out the 48 volts phantom power if your thing provides it, because these don't need it. Yeah, but it's got an otherwise perfectly fine working cartridge in it. I was surprised by the quality that this was able to garner. Okay, I'll continue onward after I screw this top back on. It's just got a dented windscreen. Other than that, I mean, it's in perfect condition. It sounds great. I've got an XLR input. Alright, continuing onward. This also came from the school. This was a, there's a news station around here called Cairo, and I believe they are 7. They are Channel 7. Yes. Oh, hey, look at that. It even says on it, TV 7. And they are 7:10 a.m. on the radio. Anyway, this is a broadcast VHS, and I don't really know what. Oh, it's called a U-matic apparently. These are kind of interesting. They're basically like big VHSs. I don't have anything that can play them, but this one I picked up specifically because it wasn't a news story or anything. It was actually something they used to test audio equipment. It's a bars and tone. They also would display this after an emergency signal, you know, stuff like that. Inside, you can see the big bars and tone, very large cassette. I won't talk too in depth about these, but yeah, this particular tape is a BCS-20, and I don't know who makes that. I'm gonna guess it's probably the company stated on here, and that's Sony, but no guarantees. Anyway, continuing onward. I also have another broadcast tape. This is the larger size. This is a UCA 60 broadcast video cassette, and it even says that on it. Also U-matic. I don't know if they fit the same players or not. This one is from a different city. This is a UCA 60, and this is made by 3M. Oh, that's big. 53 minutes. Okay, this one has a really large label on it, but it's not covering anything. It's actually in the label area, and you can see the tape off to the right. So these are actually really cool looking. I just wish I had something to play in it. It's got the record tab in it, and they put those in to tell if you can or cannot record. Right now it's in, which I believe that means you're allowed to record on it. Yeah, these are kind of cool. You know, it's kind of interesting. It said UMA 60 on the front, and on this it says UCA 60. So, I might do a little bit of research before I actually start talking about it. Move that on. Got more in here. This one's obvious, but I thought it was kind of cool. I found this at a thrift store, and I think... Oh yeah, right there. Found it for $3.59. DOS 5.0. Every manual, even the registration card, unused. And the 3 diskettes, which are down in there. And it even says on the back it'll work with my IBM Model 25. Okay, I'm going to keep moving forward. I found this at a thrift store recently. I think I found this for $3.99. I don't buy things for collectibles unless they're of some personal value. Like this isn't... Most people would pass up on this mostly because it's just an old laptop CD drive. However, I have 2 models of laptop, one being the first computer I ever got that take this, and it just so happens the CD drive acts up on that computer, so I'm hoping this one works. I already checked inside of it. It does not have a disc. I was hoping there might be a little surprise waiting for me inside of there too, but it was not. Anyway, it has a manufacture date of March 1997. Matching the manufacture date, I'll actually pull out that laptop when I show this in depth. I'll show you, I think the manufacturing dates match up. I don't know if the ROM versions and version numbers do. I haven't really looked into those, so we'll compare those in a minute. Move that off to the side. Let's see what else I got. Oh yeah, look at this. This is kind of cool. It says $12.99 is the price on it. It's the icons with wizard, whatever that means. Oh, hey, look, you can see me in the plastic. Oh, with Icon Wizard. Hi, I'm an idiot. It's on a CD, so that was probably a big deal back in the day. Considering this is software for IBM compatible 386 or higher, requires a sound card, Windows 3.1, and it requires EGA or VGA graphics. Or better, of course. So I don't know, I might actually try to open this. This is brand new, sealed in box. I might just pop this open and throw it in an old computer I have to see what's on it. But it was originally price marked for $12.99. It is now. It only cost me 69 cents. Okay, moving on. Now this one's kind of interesting. This particular keyboard is an IBM Model M2. It's not the fabled Model M. There's no clicky keys here. It's rather normal. But I thought it was cool because this is the model that came right after my PS2 Model 25 was announced. It didn't come with it. This actually went with something more like the Collegiate Edition, which was essentially a large IBM Model 25. But I put this through the dishwasher. This was disgusting. I have pictures and stuff of this, so I'll show that. This was perhaps the most disgusting keyboard I've ever seen. But right here we see the manufactured for IBM by Lexmark, as were a lot of the Model M's. And you can see it's a Model M2, made in October of 95. Looks like it was either the 26th or 29th day. But it says, interesting enough, Lexmark International in 1984, so I'm not sure which one to believe. But, yeah, it's kind of cool. This has the blue IBM badge on it. Moving on. This I actually found yesterday for $1.99, and it was half off too. And this is, wow, this is heavy. This is the keyboard from the original IBM personal computer, the 5150. And you can hear, I don't know if it was considered buckling spring at the time. This certainly wasn't considered a Model M yet. This was really early, but it's got that lovely sound. I bet you it works. I haven't tested it on anything yet, but it's got the large AT style connector. All the keys work. I might even pop one off when I go over it. You can see the personal computer badging. This keyboard needs to be cleaned. It's kind of dirty. And it's got both of these. And you can see here what I paid for it. $1.99. And those work just fine. There we go. And so I might unscrew it and clean it because it looks like, I don't think it's ever been cleaned. It's kind of disgusting. I mean, you can see the discoloration and stuff at the top here. It's dirty. Okay, and now we come to the last object. This is kind of a culmination of thrift store runs. And so, with that, I mean, I haven't done a video on these in a while, so. This one is a Behringer Ultra voice processor and microphone preamp, which works perfectly, by the way. The only thing that's wrong with it is right here in the corner, the de-esser, the button that turns it on and off or adds it essentially to the mix, doesn't function absolutely perfect, so it has to be in the right position to work, but the function works. I've tried all the settings on it. I used the mic actually to test it, that Shure, and yeah, it sounds wonderful. It's got quite a few connections in the back too. So yeah, I guess I'll go over each one in depth here in a second. I just gotta put away some of the other objects so I actually have an area to sit and show them. Alright, be back in a minute. So I guess we'll start in sort of reverse order. This is the Behringer Ultra voice, and I guess I'll open it up to show you how simple it is. Most of it is, it's not the long, complicated type of circuitry you'd think. Yeah, we'll open it up. It's only got a total of like 6 screws holding it shut here, so this won't take long. It's kind of funny, I have my setup in here so I can watch what I'm recording, so I can make sure I'm actually in the shot. I have my big halogen lamp trained on me, and while it's not the lights of the theater, it is very hot in here right now. And it just so happens that I have the camera hooked up to my monitor, and it makes it a lot easier to see when I'm actually in shot when I'm not. And I'm frequently finding that I tend to just wander out of the shot. I don't know how I do that, but I do. Come on. Kind of a weird angle to shoot from and still give commentary. Come on, there we go. Screwdriver's like one size too big and I don't want to go find another. There we go. I attempt not to strip this. There we go. Okay, and now the top of the case comes off. Look at that, there's really not much to it, is there? So I don't know if you can see, but there we go, now you can see. Yeah, you can definitely see that. Yeah, that's the best angle. Got some capacitors here. This looks like this is the output board. So you got your, some evening capacitors. I see some resistors. You can see right here where the solder connections for the XLR jacks are, and in there as well. Then down in here, and I don't know if I'm going to make this see easy enough. Okay, I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a circuit board down here. This has most of the, it has a lot of smaller microcontrollers on it and some variable resistors. Yeah, it has multiple variable resistors, as you can see. There's 2 right there. And then it has its 2 output cables right here that are super glued down. And then there's this large coil that's been wrapped up very nicely. I'm not actually sure what this is for, but the power goes straight into it. So I'm going to imagine it's a cleaning coil that removes the 60 volts hum. See a couple of MOSFETs down here. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, there's one here and there's one there. And this has to be the coil that removes the 60 volts hum, and where it's screwed in right down here. Alright, I guess we'll move on. I'm going to put in the screws here, and I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to cut it out. I don't know, maybe I will say stuff. Maybe I'll decide whether I'm going to say stuff while I do this, and then by the end of it, it'll be a moot point. Yeah, that sounds good. Either way, it's really easy to take apart and put back together. I doubt there's really much that can be serviced in there besides replacing the capacitors, provided they blew at some point. Come on. Oh, it's slid out of place. There we go. There we go. In case you didn't see it before, the outputs and inputs. I showed them earlier, so I wasn't going to show them again. You probably hear my parents yapping out there. Okay. And you might notice in the back here the date code is missing. It's actually not. I have it sitting right here. The little sticker must have lost its gumminess and come off at some point. But I do have it. And it was made in 2002. But it was kept in pretty good condition because there's like no damage on it, and the rack mounts don't have too many scratches, so I'm going to guess that it probably sat out of the rack most of its life. This was used in my school and TV broadcasting station to even the mics before they were thrown out to the CCTV. But we have a pretty crappy closed circuit system at our school, so it either wasn't ever used that much, or nobody learned how to use it, or it just wasn't necessary because the newest board we have, I believe, auto mixes. It basically just turns the auto mix is lame. It basically just turns the preamps up all the way and then checks to see if they peak, and if it peaks it turns them down a little bit. Super stupid design. Nowhere near as good as a human doing its job properly. Okay, so this is now back together. I'll set it off to the side here. Well, instead of going in reverse order, because I kind of like to sit down for a moment. I've been standing for like the past hour. Not that standing's a bad thing, I just get tired of it. Literally. Okay, there is the Marantz not VHS, what am I talking about? Cassette tape player / recorder, and you know what? I can see that this is lacking in contrast, so I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit closer to the subject. Un momento. Sorry if my voice has just become boomingly loud. Yeah, this right here is the Marantz. Looks like it says Portable Cassette Recorder PMD 222. I don't know what the I don't really know what the models were. I never really used tapes much myself. I kind of was born right as they were going out in 1995, so yeah, I didn't get too much use with them. This has all the functions I see on most tape players and recorders. Got your typical stop and eject, record, play, rewind, fast forward, and a pause. What it does have that most others don't is an actual rather good quality built-in mic, but alternatively the option to use an XLR microphone. Has a VU meter that shows both the level of what is playing, which would be the tape, or the source, which would be your microphones. It can also record directly from a telephone line, from a mono input, and from a normal 1/8" jack microphone. It has the options to select from which ones, and also line inputs, so if you choose ECM mic, you then can choose which type. I don't really know what ANC is. I imagine it is a volume attenuator. Yeah, right here, mic attenuation. 0 decibels, -10 decibels, and -20 decibels. So that's some quick volume adjustments. Not much really on the back except the option to use 4D batteries. I am not a fan of D batteries. I don't have any around either. But if that's your thing, no. I don't have any D batteries, and I don't think this was ever used with any because it's perfectly clean in there. Alright. On the other side here we have the 4.5 volts input, and I actually have the original connector that came with that. The option to hook up an external speaker, and then you also have the option to turn it on or off, and the different type of tapes. Normal, chrome oxide, and metal. I don't really know what the metal one is. I've never used it. I've used some nice expensive chrome tapes. And normal, I mean, that's probably what I have in here right now, which is a George Gershwin tape. Up in the front, you have pitch and tone controls. The tone controls don't really do much. I noticed even when I was listening on headphones, it didn't make a big difference where I had it. It wasn't noticeable. The pitch basically just slows or speeds up the playback motor depending on, well, whatever you choose. The level for the headphones, never checked. I never even plugged my headphones into it. I don't know if this works. Well, no, we can test it in a second here, actually. I might put on some Gershwin, and you can see. Inside here, on the top here, it says it's a full auto shut-off, which must be stop as well. Playback pitch control. 3 heads. I can give a closer look at the mechanism if you'd like. Pop this open, and then you also have the option to pop the tape out. Oh, look at that, there's a blue leader on this tape. I like how it says 1972 RCA Areola? I don't know. I don't know who the companies were. Areola, yeah, it's part of a boob. Anyway, continuing onward, you can see the, I don't know if you can see the heads. I can kind of see the heads like this. It's kind of hard. I can't really get the camera at an angle where you can see the heads nice. Maybe you just see them through here. Yeah, you can kind of see them through there. I don't know. I'll zoom in. Come on, achieve focus. There we go. You can see the playback head and the recording head, which is hiding slightly to the right. It's kind of hard to see. I'm gonna go grab. Oh, this also has the memory rewind option, which is kind of cool. It lets you rewind to a certain spot over and over and over again, so you can just keep beating that dead horse. Perfect if you had a mixtape of Rickroll. Yeah, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab the power adapter, which I have, and I also have the original case that I think was provided. Oh no, sorry, this wasn't provided with it. It just happens to be one that fit it perfectly. Here's the case. Oh wow, that's close, isn't it? Cases 3. I don't know really who made that. It's just a padded case, clearly from the 80s, especially looking at the material and colors they chose. And boy, do I have a mess in here right now. Let me set that back up here. Look at that lovely piece of useless history. I just don't have a use for a tape player, as you can tell. Alright, here it is. So I'm going to unplug one of the lights I have in here right now. I don't know if you could tell. Yeah, you can't even tell that light was on. Okay, so I just plugged in the power adapter, which is also Marantz branded. 4.5 volts DC, 700 milliamps. And we'll plug it into the side here. It's a little tough to get in, but there we go. Okay. You ready to hear some Jorge Gershwin? Gershwin. Okay, here we go. See, the VU jumped a little bit there. God, the suspense is killing me. Crank this baby, turn all the way to 11. I'll let you listen for a minute. As you can hear, the built-in speaker isn't all that lovely. Maybe we'll play it through the headphones for a second. But wait, hold on, it's about to jump to loud again. Grab my headphones. I know it gets loud here. Alright, here we go. So I actually can't tell if it's just a sucky speaker or if the playback's not good. I bet, considering it's Marantz, I'd imagine the playback is very good. And this is just a shitty built-in speaker. So we're going to plug in my Shure headphones and we'll see. I'll give it a listen really quickly and see if I hate it or not. Provided it doesn't not blow my ears out at that level. Okay, I just changed it to the right type of tape. Yeah, it doesn't sound bad actually. It sounds pretty good. Can hardly drive my headphones though. So as you can hear, it doesn't sound actually all that bad. Anyway, that's just a little bit on the Marantz portable cassette recorder, which recorded pretty nicely too when I used my mic on it. It has a whole bunch of speed controls and selections and stuff, as you can see right here. It's got the speed standard, low speed, depending on quality you want. Got microphone limiters and such, with a nice little volume meter, record level that lights up right there, that little wedge, oops, lights up when you have it in recording. Let's see if I can trick it into recording. I might be able to, without the tape in it. I think I can trick it. Well, I had some way of tricking it into recording before, and I can't seem to do it now. Anyway, that's just a little bit on the Marantz tape player. Now I guess we will move on, perhaps. Let's see what's next in line. How about the IBM Keyboards? Hold on a minute. I'm going to just import what I have here. My card's almost out. Alright, now that I've got a free card, I think I'll move on to the next item. This is going to be a long-ass video. I was just thinking about that, you know. It's like my only cassette tape. Just thinking about how long this video is going to be, though. There we go. I think I'll probably segment it, split it up into some parts. Or maybe not. YouTube did remove my video length limit a long, long time ago. Okay, let's see. What's next? How about something else I found at the thrift store? How about this? Okay, I was lying. I didn't find that at the thrift store, but it's cool. No, okay, let's move on to the keyboard. This one's kind of a cool object. Oh shit, I just hit my monitor. Oh. Now it's out of alignment. Okay, and now it's back in alignment. That was hard. Okay, so here we go. This is the keyboard that I found at the thrift store for $1.99. IBM personal keyboard. Personal computer keyboard. I don't actually know how old this is. Sometime in the 80s. Just lift this up a little bit. How about that? I'm just gonna have my computer on right now. So yeah, this it's got the clicky style keys, but I'm not sure if they're buckling spring at this point or what. It's a pretty nice soft touch. Interesting feel. I'm sure they didn't think anything of it back then. Yeah, I'm actually not sure what they thought of these back in the day. This is the only key that doesn't make noise, which is a little interesting. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so this is a pretty nice keyboard. I mean, for $1.99, I don't think it gets much better. And, I'll probably get some use out of it. Right now, I don't even have an IBM old enough. Oops. I don't have an IBM 5150. But, yeah, I think I'll eventually find something. I always thought these are kind of cool, the stands for it. You can push them in, twist them. It's a clever idea. So yeah, it's the IBM personal computer keyboard. It's got the AT style DIN, so I'm gonna have to find. I have a converter for the AT to PS2. I just don't know where it is right now. I made the mistake of losing it, like I do with most things, as soon as I'm not using them for anything. I didn't really think about it. It might be in my drawer. I had it for that Cherry keyboard, which... you know what? It might still be attached to the Cherry keyboard. I'll take care of that later. Anyway, so now I guess I'll move on. Set my camera back down here. Okay, keyboard. Okay. That way, just get the other keyboard out of the way now. So this is the IBM Model M2, which does have a PS2 port on it, or PS2 mini DIN. Like I said, I had to completely deconstruct this keyboard because it was disgusting. You'll notice it doesn't have as strong a sound. Actually pretty darn quiet for a supposedly part of the Model M line. No, not really. It's got your standard rubber caps beneath this that go down to two conductive pieces of plastic, and there's a tiny circuit board over in this corner. I cleaned the whole thing. All these keys went in the dishwasher. Came out very nice. I did a lot of detailing afterwards with a paper towel and some Clorox wipes, but it looks good now. And it cleaned up nicely. As I showed you earlier, it was manufactured sometime in 1995. And it's got a good solid feel to it, and I think I'm probably going to set it with my, probably going to set it with my PS2 Model 25, even though they're not really from the same time. They're close enough, I think. I might just use the AT to PS2 converter as well, and use the personal computer keyboard with the PS2. Haven't yet decided. Next up in my list of things, it's going to be the Shure microphone. So this is, now you can see it earlier, I don't think you could. This is a Shure Sm58, and underneath this slightly dented windscreen is the condenser cartridge. It's also got many little holes, little perforated areas underneath. And in here, I'll show you my lazy fix. I don't want to mess with this too much because I soldered it really lightly, as you can see there, and my electrical tape came off of it. But I soldered both of them. This one's a crappy solder. I didn't even I kind of did this late at night. The other one's not bad, but the first one kind of sucks. I'll just put that back on there. So yeah, it's the Shure microphone. It's a good quality microphone. I mean, Shure makes good stuff. It's got an XLR 3-pin style connector. Does not need phantom power. Proved that it works just fine without it with that with the vocal compressor and microphone preamp, because I tested it, and with that thing provides phantom power if needed, and with phantom power on and phantom power off, it made no difference. Okay. Well, here, how about some of these? These are kind of odd. This is one of those tapes. I'm not going to do too much into these, mostly because, I mean, they're not that special. You can see more about them online, I'm sure. But, it's kind of cool, I guess. These are pretty large. 53 minutes this one recorded, but it looks like it can take different channels. It says audio channel 1 and channel 2. So I don't know what the deal is there. Looks like it was used on 1996. I imagine my city uses a digital queuing system now. Doubt they use these anymore, but you never know. Guess they still could. Can't see why. See if I can open this. I don't really know what holds these shut. I mean, I know the mechanism of a normal tape. I don't really know how these work. I kind of wanted to open this to show you maybe what's going on in there. Maybe it's these that open it. I don't really know how these work, sorry. Oh, that's how they work. Done. Okay. So there's the top. And I can feed a little bit of tape through. There, right now I'm feeding it. You can see it's taut. And it moves the other one. But they're kind of hard to move. You can see I'm just barely moving that other one. Anyway, so that is just one of those tapes. I'll show you guys the other one. They both have these little recording things that you can pull out. So you can choose if you want it to be recorded. If you put this in, now it's recordable. It's kind of cool. Okay. Let me put this back in here. Here's the other one, the slightly smaller version. Also a U-matic though. It's the one with the bars and tone on it. but it looks like it would fit in the same player, maybe. I don't know. This one has the record nub, but the record nub is held here right now because apparently they didn't want this specific tape to be recorded. However, now I just made it so it could be. And I imagine these open the same way. Yep, they do. So there's the top of it, which is kind of cool. It's just something you don't see too often, I guess. Not an item that frequently appears at home. It kind of looks like a big Super 8 tape. It's just... or a high 8 tape, sorry. Super 8. It just looks like a really common one of those. Number 4254. I think that's what that is, yeah, 4254. It's kind of cool. Anyway, nothing too special about these. We'll move on quickly. I don't really know what else to say about them. I think in another video I will open up a VM, a virtual machine with Windows 95 or 98 or maybe even 3.1 on it, and we'll see what this Icon Wizard software is and if it's got anything worth my time in it. And I mean, it's got some cool looking stuff on it. Although a couple of those look like they're already included in Windows, like that clock right there, along with the crayons and the clipboard. I even think the hard disk symbol with the super floppy is kind of cool. And I don't know what the COM one is. No, some of these look like they'd be really fun. Other ones look like they're already included in Windows, so. It's got the icon viewer software looks like it's got quite a few icons in it. It says 4,000, but it says it has over, I don't know, let's see, how many icons? Choose from 4,000 fun and colorful icons for all your Windows applications. Replace those stuffy icons with exciting and creative icons of your choice. Here, you can read along with me. Kids read too. An extremely easy to use icon wizard enables you to organize and edit your new collection of icons. With Icon Wizard, you can view hundreds of icons simultaneously and automatically install them into Windows. Oh, that's cool, actually. That's actually pretty cool. I don't know. This could be fun. Also has a jukebox. Anyway, wow. Boy, do we meet those requirements.
No, I don't. My computer's ancient. I don't even know how I edit these videos.
Oh, and the camera's spazzing. Well, I'll let it spaz for a minute. Oh, never mind, it focused. Okay, so I think I will install the CD drive into the old laptop and let you guys check that out, so I'm going to put that off to the side for a second. And the IBM DOS, there's really not much else to show you about it. So actually, it's come to that point where I do that now. Because I already showed you the other stuff. Alright, let me grab the laptop. Let's see. Oh, it's on top of the stack. And locked. So I'll probably put it on the tripod. There it is, my first laptop. Scary, huh? Well, we can do this part on the desk. So you can see the CD drive there, and here's the one I got at the thrift store. They look alike. Or they look alike to me. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something obvious. Anyway, let's pull them out and compare the ROM versions really quickly. Kind of curious. I know V Westlife had a laptop that was similar to this. I think he had a 410 CS. This is a 430 CDT, but I mean they're close. They're both Satellite Pro models from around the same year. Okay, so here's the one that was originally in the computer. And this was made in March 1997 with ROM version 2. Oh, sorry, version number 2 with RA61025. And here's the one that I got at Goodwill. From March 1997. It says CE instead of CS though. With version number 2 with the same ROM. Hi, I bought the same drive somehow. Okay, that's funny. They're even the same model number, XM152B. Ah, wow, that's it's hard to do. I wonder if they make the same startup noise. This made a really distinctive startup noise. When you turn it on, it made this, well, it made this kind of whirring noise. It was cool. Okay, so I'm going to put the one from Goodwill in it. And we'll know here in a minute if it works. I have to grab a power adapter for this. The power adapter's on the back, so I have the cable right down here. I keep all the cables for my classic computers in one area so I don't have to always search around for them. Makes my life a little bit easier. Alright, so I'm going to transfer the computer to a tripod while I plug this, or sorry, the camera to a tripod as well. Okay, so there's a good chance that when I turn this on, its screen is going to spaz out. And it's because it has a broken screen cable and you have to get it in the perfect position. And once you have it in that position, oddly enough, it stays correct. So I don't know what its deal is exactly. I don't have the spare time to pull it apart right at the moment. Anyway, here we go. Let's see if it makes that interesting noise when it turns on too. Oh, that is a shame. It does not. This other one makes such a strange noise. Oh, here's the password. Wow, look at that. It even works. Well, let's see if the CD drive works. You know what? This has Windows 98 on it. We'll pop the Icon CD into this. So, anybody want to see me unbox some software? Oh no, oh no, it was mint in box, and it was probably pretty cheap, even then. It was only 12 bucks. Be a good way to see if that CD drive works, otherwise I'll pop it out and put the original one in there. Right now it's booting up. This computer has a pretty quick boot up though. Shouldn't take long at all. I'm gonna zoom into the screen. Wow, is the color not true on that? That's not the color of the screen at all right now. But you know what it'll have to do. It's close enough. I don't really want to put screen capture software on there. Not only that, I don't think it could handle it. Oh, and despite what it looks like, this is actually an active matrix screen. It is not passive matrix, even if it looks like it is. The camera is running way ahead of this computer. Oh. Broken speaker. I'm gonna let you guys listen to this. I remember playing games on this speaker. Yeah, it was broken when I was a child, and everything sounded so terrible. I had to use headphones most of the time. Okay, I won't subject you to any more of that. That was a doozy. Alright, so let's pop out the CD drive. Let's see if it opens up. It's not doing what mine did all the time, because mine was broken. Mine wasn't so much broken as it was just spazzy. It's not constantly flashing the read LED, which mine did. It flashed no matter what, whether there was a disc in there, whether there wasn't. Oh, this one's quieter too. It ejects really quiet. Interesting. Probably didn't have as hard of a light. Okay, opening up this software, I see a styrofoam block with a manual on top of it. So I'll move the styrofoam block off to the side. The Icon Wizard for Windows. With 1500 sound waves? Oh, son of a... That is awesome! So yeah. Got all sorts of software and stuff. They had a little survey in the back. Send it off. Okay. Let's get down to the heart of it. There's a CD in this, and it looks like it wants you to be careful as you do this, but open it up. Wow. I've never seen a case that opens like that. Okay. So look at this. It's still in its foil, too. Or not foil, I mean, it's not baseball cards. Anyway, this is pretty heavy, so I think this has the real manual in it. I'm going to pick off the plastic. Come on. There we go. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like I shouldn't be opening this. This probably wasn't meant to run on Windows 98, nor was this computer quality product. I open it up and half of it falls right off. Look at that. That was quick. Alright. So, yeah, this probably wasn't meant to run on Windows 98, but most things that ran in DOS run okay on it, so. You can clearly see this disc was manufactured. You could actually, it's rare on professionally manufactured CDs that you can see the burn lines so clearly. But, I mean, well, maybe you can't with the camera. I can see it by eye. Oh, there you go. That's a good angle. You can see where it's burnt. And pop it in the CD drive. Guess we'll know if the CD drive works very soon. Oh wow, it doesn't stay shut. Son of a... Okay, hold on. It doesn't... I think I know why the CD drive was at the Goodwill. It doesn't stay shut. Okay, before I bastardize my laptop anymore, I'm going to switch out the CD drives. I don't remember what mode I could put this in to do that with. I think I could just... I'm not going to shut it down. I'm just going to put it into standby and change it out. It won't know the difference. Okay, it's in standby now. You could always tell when this was in standby, because it acted as if it wasn't. Okay, take out the... Sorry about this, guys. Just wait a minute, I'm going to turn off the camera. Okay, we're back, and I'm going to power the laptop back on now. And you can at least hear the cool sound that my CD drive makes when you actually use it. So here we go. Laptop's powering back on. Hear the hard drive. Hear that CD-ROM drive cycle? Isn't that weird? Never heard another computer that does that either. Okay, there we go. Is there CD? Is there actually a CD in this? I don't think there is. Oh, you know what there is? Spy Fox and Dry Cereals in it. Okay, so you should be able to see the screen now. Okay, I'm gonna have to get it to forcibly eject because it's in one of its wonky times. The worst it does is trap the CD in there when you, because it thinks you're still reading from it, which right now it technically is. So I'm just gonna eject that. I could tell when I first shoved a CD into the other one, it didn't make this noise that this is about to make. I'm going to implore you to listen very closely as I flip discs around. Okay, here you go. Have a listen to this. No, it did the short one. Okay, sometimes it does it really long, sometimes it does it really short. No guarantees. So right now, I'm just going to double click on D and see what we get. And there it is. It's got this program over here called Icon Wiz, so I'm just going to double click on that. You watch, it's an icon. Oh, look at that. Icon Wizard Editor. Looks like you could, yeah, look at that. You can make icons if you wanted to. That'd be the crappiest icon ever. Kind of look like, for some reason, I don't know why it reminded me of the Lambda. Okay, anyway, we'll exit that. Icon changed. Exit anyway? Hell yeah, it sucks. Okay. It's got the, here's the wave player. CV2 must be the install. Please enter the path containing the Crystal Vision source files. Oh, okay. I guess that would be D. Continue. Yep, I guess I was right. Icons and sound waves installation is complete. Oh, that was lame. It just created a program folder with shortcuts to the CD. That is dumb. Well, that's the lamest installer I've ever seen. Let's see what's in some of these. Under A. These will be icons. Oh yeah, look at that. A whole bunch of diskettes and stuff under here. Oh, and there's no easy way to browse them. I think I could open them up in Paint. I know the Kodak Explorer thing that's built into Windows 98 isn't that great. We'll go to Other. See. It's under Windows System 32, I believe. This is where Paint hides. It might just hide under here, though. Oh yeah, I think it does. MS Paint. Is that it? No, it's Microsoft Hearts. What gives? Where's MS Paint? Hi, I'm clearly missing something obvious. It's funny because I used to play around with this a lot when I was young. And now I don't remember anything. And that's why, kids, ADD is a curse. Wait, this has Java on it? Oh wow, it does classes? This must be like Java version 1. No, it's not that old, I guess. Okay, we'll continue. It's probably under Windows System 32. You know what? Doesn't make that big of a difference. Since I know that these are all icon files, I can pop it into my computer and we can... What? It has a Dalek? Okay, fine. We're finding MS Paint. We're opening this bitch. Nobody told me there would be a Dalek. I didn't realize this program was clearly that cool. Paint. Just do it the old-fashioned way. We'll open it from Paint. We'll probably have to zoom in a hell to see it on the camera. That's alright. Dalek thinks I'm not going to go for that. Hell yeah, I'm going for the Dalek. Bitmap files. What? All picture files. There we go. And let's see, where is my Dalek? Dalek, right here. Boom. Cannot read this file? Oh, son of a bitch. I know you can save them like that. Okay, fine. We'll open them on my desktop. I'll show them to you there. In fact, you won't even know that I couldn't open it here because I'm going to cut it out. It's a thing called Daily Dub. Okay, I'm not cutting it out. This is cool. There's some cool stuff in here, and there's some clearly copyrighted stuff too. I saw an IBM logo. So yeah, I think, let's see what's under Waves really quickly. I can open Waves on this. They'll sound like shit, but I can open them. It's under A. Let's see if Waves A, there's got to be something for the Dalek. Just like exterminate. Oh, it's got an Achtung one. It'll probably be under E for exterminate. Better be here. I didn't click on all these folders just to be disappointed. Emergency. Somebody spelled that wrong. Okay, let's try this. I want to hear this. Crappy speaker. Go.
Emergency circuits.
Huh. I think that was from Star Trek. But you know, I don't know for sure. Maybe it's under D for Dalek. I want to hear the Dalek say exterminate or something. I don't know. I'm laying like that. I know. What? Okay. That's not cool. You don't just create a Dalek icon and then don't create a WAV file that corresponds. I'll probably post all these files online so you guys can download them. What's under destroy?
Destroy it while you have a chance.
Oh, that's cool. These are old.
This disk will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
This disk will self-destruct in 5 seconds. What? Ding. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put these online. Everybody needs to see these. This is some classy software right here. It's under Waves U. Uh-oh. Wow, that sounded really creepy. Okay. Yeah, these are definitely going online. Okay, well, I guess that's the end of it. That was, yeah. I'll continue the video on my screen recorder.
Peace out.
Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. That's my thrift store finds video. And I've also posted all the WAV files. Some of them are funny. Most of them are from movies and stuff. So there's some Foghorn Leghorn, Looney Tunes. There's a bit of everything. I've posted all the icons, including the Dalek one. All of the WAV files. And I am going to put a download link in the description. Enjoy. Alright, everybody. Bye-bye.